Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'll be giving you guys a quick deck profile update on my Chainbeat deck. Now I will say this will be a bit more of a budget-friendly version since I am excluding lose one turns. So I figured I'd kind of show you guys some of the changes I made to kind of compensate for lose one turns. But definitely, if you do have lose one turns or have the money to invest in them, I definitely would recommend playing them in a deck like this that's very anti-meta and control-based. So starting off with the monsters, we have the triple Wind-Up Rabbit and the two Evilsworn Thunderbird for your Dodger monsters. Then we have the two Trappist Vermelio to basically ensure that we have a back row to send the opponent's plays with, things like Bottomless, Traptrix, Trapple, Nightmare. Then for one-os, we have the one Banisher to Radiance, the one Bear as another Tenki target that can also search Tenki and use Tenki to pop an opponent's monster, the one Fossil Dyna, and finally the one Thunder King Riot. So now on the spells. So starting off, we have the triple pod duality for consistency. And with the room that I did make in the main deck, with excluding lose one turns, I was able to include free Upstart Goblins, which should basically just help the consistency and make sure that you get to those combo cards that can help you control the game. Then for field spells, we have the two Black Garden and the one Seal Orichalcos. Black Garden is definitely the better of the two because it basically just makes your, especially your floater monsters look twice as big as they actually are if you're able to summon the monster, then activate Black Garden. So it is very useful with a deck like this that's made up of mostly small monsters. But there are times where you just need to get over a big monster that's already on board before Black Garden's out. So that's why the Seal Orichalcos is in there for the extra 500 attack point buff. Then of course, if you control two monsters of the same attack points, it also prevents either monster from being targeted for an attack as well, which can be useful. Then for searchers, we have the two Tenki and the one Terraforming. Then for one-os, we have the one Book of Moon and one Raigeki. So now to wrap up the main deck with the traps. Starting off, we have the free Fiendish Chain. Definitely need three since the lose one turns aren't in here because you really need to be able to negate those powerful effects and stop those attacks since your monsters are pretty vulnerable to attacks. Then we have the two Compulsory Escape Device. Combos off really well, especially with your Black Garden tokens that you don't mind shuffling back to the deck, obviously. And then your floater monsters you can just chain away anyway. It can really be inconvenient for your opponent, especially if they're down to one monster, to where they're basically just forced to shuffle that monster back in. And do keep in mind that it doesn't affect the monster or even target it, it affects the player, so it does get around stupid things like, say, a Pocket Cleave for towers. Then we have the two Mirror Force for, of course, attack stopping, OTK protection, things like that. Then for the Vermelio search targets, we have the two Traptrix, Trapple, Nightmare, and one Bottomless. For other one-os, we have the one Compulse, Macrocosmos, Solemn Warning, Torrential Tribute, and finally the one Vanity's Emptiness. So that was it for the main deck, total of 40 cards. It was 11 monsters, 14 spells, and 15 traps. Now onto the side deck. So starting off, we have the second copy of both Banisher to Radiance and Fossil Dyna, in case we need it for a Spell Summon heavy matchup or a Graveyard heavy matchup. Then we have the one Neospacian Grand Mole to basically get rid of those annoying monsters, things that can kind of hinder our own strategy. It's also useful for bouncing back monsters that the opponent will set, since this deck does have a tough time getting over set monsters or monsters with high defense. Then we have the free MST for annoying floodgates and back row, especially like Royal Decree, Wiretap, Stellar Nova Alpha, things like that. Then we have the two Zombie World to try to stop that Cleave Fort matchup, stop them from their tribute summoning. The one Dark Hole to basically try to deal with the opponent's setting monsters game 2 and game 3 to try to get around your strategy. Then we have the two Chaos Trap Hole to stop Denko Sekka and also get rid of those annoying light and dark monsters. It's pretty good, against things like Satar Knights, Burning Abyss, Shaddolls, Cleave Forts, even Necros as well that like to play the Manjus and Sanjus. Then we have the two Dark Bribe. You could definitely play Forbidden Lance over this, since that's another way you can protect your monsters from spells and traps. But I do like the Dark Bribe since it's just a counter trap that can stop any spell or trap, not just the one that targets your own monsters or affects your own monsters, and just basically negate and destroy, which can be pretty powerful. And it does also help, along with the MSTs, to try to get rid of things like Wiretap and Sator Nova Alpha, things like that. Then for final side card, we have the two Light Imprisoning Mirror. It does not even get in the way of your own Banisher, since Banisher's effect doesn't activate. Same with Thunder King Ryo, but it does shut down decks like Satar Knights and Cosmos. And now to wrap it up with the extra deck. So starting off for rank 3s, we have the 1 Leviair, number 30 Acid Golem, and finally Wind Up Zenmaines. Definitely if you have Ghost Rick Audi card, you could definitely play that, maybe over to Leviair, but that is something I don't own as well, so that is why I'm playing the Leviair instead. Then for rank 4s, we have Abyss Dweller, Karen Gorgon for protecting your floodgates, Castel, Dark Rebellion, Diamond Dire Wolf, which can combo off really well with your Wind Up Rabbit since you can just banish it away, Exciton Knight, Cowboy, 101, Ragnar Zero, which combos off very well with Black Garden. Just basically being able to pop monsters for free and draw a card can be really powerful in a deck like this. Then we have Diamond Crab King for the towers out. And finally Ptolemaeus and Diamond for Burning Abyss and Shaddolls. So that is it for my quick deck profile update on my Chain Beat deck. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And also remember too that when it comes to ads, don't skip it, just click it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.